Next, as Black Friday continues, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig with a chance to snag the RWL International Championship, and the only thing standing in his way is the man of the people, Big Jake Blackwell.
The next match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL International Championship.
So here's the rundown on how we got here. The Heenan family has a fair variety of stars on their roster, but not a single championship belt for their display case. And so, it falls to the perfect one to try and get a hold of the international title and earn a little respect for the family. But he's up against it big time, facing Jake Blackwell, part of the Stronghold, who have been, and remain, the dominant force around here when it comes to championship gold.
You said a mouthful, Wally. When it comes to the widest variety of title holders, there's no stable in our WL as well positioned as the Stronghold, and they don't tend to drop those titles either. Big Jake has kept his grip on that international belt for quite some time now, with even former international champions unable to knock the man off the top of the mountain.
Gianni, honey, I understand how you feel about the Stronghold, and about Sylvia Strong herself. But you can't ignore Curt Hennig's reputation here. We've already seen one upset tonight, with Bad Spec regaining the ladies' Northern title. And we might be due for another here.
You can forget it, Christy. There's no changing Johnny's mind on this.
Christy, you made a couple of good points, but my faith in Sylvia and her stable is as strong as hers in her clients. The state of constant preparedness she keeps her people in has always given them an edge. And that's the reason, like I said a minute ago, is why her clients rarely drop a title match. In fact, the only time it happened this year was Wilcox and Hollywood taking the snarled tag belts from the Psychedelics over the summer. But the freak and wild thing came roaring back to regain the titles just 3 weeks later. An upset is possible, but not probable, and I'll stand by that any day of the week.
You cannot argue Johnny Bianco on this matter, Christy. Mr. Cakes has got his mind made up.
The challenger from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 235 pounds, Mr. Perfect Curt Hennig. And his opponent accompanied by Sylvia Strong, from New York City weighing 262 pounds, the RWL International Champion, Big Jake Blackwell.
Far too difficult to hazard a guess as to a winner here. Big Jake Blackwell, of course, has been unshakable as international champion, but we cannot ignore the skills of Curt Hennig.
And so we got us one more title match in this super fat supercard, and it's been so fat the doctor warned it to stay the hell away from the fried foods. Referee Walt Rothburn rings the bell. Here we go. They come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Mr. Perfect catches some elbows to the midsection from Jake Blackwell. Jake with a right puts Perfect up against the ropes. He gets pitched over the top rope and out onto the floor. And Mr. Perfect's coming right after him. Kick to the midsection from Curt Hennig. Jake with a tilt-a-whirl slam on Curt Hennig on the outside, with Walt Rothburn already counting a rolling elbow to the back of Mr. Perfect. Blackwell locks it up. There's another kick to the midsection. And from a dragon sleeper, oh man, into a nasty face-first suplex from the man of the people. The international champion, oh man, right into the ring steps. I don't think he meant to do that. I think he meant to get him back inside the ring, but Jake Blackwell takes himself inside just the same. Mr. Perfect gets to a slow standing position with the referee counting. And here we go. Curt Hennig back inside the ring here. Locks it up with Jake. Catches another knee to the midsection. Blackwell whips him into the far right corner. Misses with the splash. Mr. Perfect steps out of the way. And whoa, a wraparound DDT. Head first into the floor goes Blackwell. There's a drop toe hold from the Perfect one. And a leg stretch. But Jake Blackwell shifts his weight. Tags Curt Hennig with a couple of rights and gets himself loose from the hold. Everybody back up on their feet, and jumping neckbreaker takes Perfect down to the canvas. A kick right, well, you know where. Mr. Perfect shoves him away with both boots, gets back up. Rounds up Jake Blackwell. Snaps the arm. Winds it up, turns it into an armbar. The Perfect one. With the edge at the present time. A rolling elbow to the back of the international champion. Big Jake Blackwell trying to get back up to his feet, but Mr. Perfect right there. There's another neckbreaker. Taking Blackwell down to the mat. Perfect misses with the clothesline. Jake Blackwell gets a hold of him, has him up over the shoulder, takes a little walk with him, and drops him head first into the turnbuckle. Perfect quickly counters with a kick to the head of Jake Blackwell, and so does Jake Blackwell. Here, matching each other move for move. Wow. A jawjacker from Curt Hennig. A swing and a miss, but a clothesline for Big Jake Blackwell to Mr. Perfect. Kick to the midsection from Curt Hennig. Jake Blackwell whipped to the ropes. And Mr. Perfect with a beautiful neckbreaker. Blackwell laid out center ring. Mr. Perfect takes himself to the top turnbuckle. Here he comes. Elbow drop right across the chest of Big Jake Blackwell. And here's our first pin. One. And barely just one. Blackwell powers out. Catches a kick from Mr. Perfect. A stomp to the back. Blackwell still not up off on his feet. There's a kick right to the leg from Curt Hennig. Blackwell crawls his way to the corner. Here comes Mr. Perfect. Blackwell counters, gets himself up out of the corner, and misses with the jumping neckbreaker. Catches a kick to the chest from Curt Hennig. Curt Hennig rounds up Jake Blackwell. Snaps the arm again and goes right back into the armbar. He's wearing out the arms and legs, hoping for a submission later on. At least that's what I think he's doing. Blackwell, again, at a disadvantage as Mr. Perfect tags him with a couple of rights, a kick to the midsection, and another DDT. And Perfect going for another pin. One. Not even a one. Big Jake Blackwell definitely giving Curt Hennig a tough time here. Tries for the bear hug, but Blackwell tags him with a couple of elbows to the side of the head. And into a power slam out of no place. Wow, that was impressive. There's a stomp to the arm of Curt Hennig, a stomp to the midsection from Big Jake Blackwell. Blackwell drives all of his weight into Curt Hennig's lower back. Takes himself all the way up to the far right turnbuckle. Here he comes, boom, elbow drop right across the back of Curt Hennig. Blackwell rounds him up, swings and misses, but counters Hennig against the ropes. And again, over the top rope, out onto the floor, goes Blackwell. And the international title on the line in this matchup. Big Jake Blackwell taking his time about getting back in there. And Perfect right there to tag him with a right. Joins him outside on the apron, and he's going to slam him right into the lip of it. Just letting gravity do the work for him. Curt Hennig rounds him up. Drop toe hold on the outside with referee Walt Rothburn already counting. And Curt Hennig again working on the arms and legs of Jake Blackwell, but a couple of hard shots to the face cuts Blackwell loose. Running kick right to the face of Curt Hennig. All right. And an arm drag counter from Curt Hennig. A forearm to Blackwell. Blackwell taken down to the floor with a classic wrestling takedown from Curt Hennig. The perfect one. With a right, a chop, another chop, and still another. Blackwell driven into the barricades. Curt Hennig with a Russian leg sweep right into the barricade. Hennig rounds up Blackwell, but decides to take himself into the ring, allowing the referee to continue the count on Big Jake Blackwell, who just snapped out of it. He does not look pleased. Blackwell caught from behind by Curt Hennig. Hard whip to the ropes, and kitchen sink knee to the gut again. Perfect one for another pin. One. And not even just about a one. Curt Hennig winds up the arm and snaps it on Blackwell. That looked painful. Big Jake Blackwell gathered up again. Counters with the knee to the midsection of Mr. Perfect. A hard right from Perfect. And again taken down to the canvas. Big Jake Blackwell. A stomp to the back of the head. Well, if you're going by the numbers, Curt Hennig seems to have most of the advantage. Look at this, a crossface. A possible submission here. Referee Walt Rothburn checking on Blackwell. This is not a good situation for the man of the people. Here's Blackwell. Powers out of the hold, tags Perfect with a shot and gets himself loose. Blackwell charges and a clothesline takes Curt Hennig down. Blackwell gathers him up again, a quick jab and a bionic elbow right to the top of the dome. And here's Jake Blackwell's first pin. 1, 2. Well, almost a near fall. Big Jake Blackwell trying to turn things around here. Through the ropes and takes down Curt Hennig on the outside. A high-risk maneuver that definitely paid off. Blackwell drops a big elbow across the chest of Mr. Perfect. Blackwell locks him up, drives him into the ring steps. The referee continues to count. Big Jake Blackwell rounds up Mr. Perfect. Takes himself back inside the ring, allowing the referee to continue the count. Blackwell urging Mr. Perfect to get back in. Changes his mind. He's going to go out after him, huh? Look at this. Blackwell catches another tilt-a-whirl slam on the outside. A big-time elbow drop across the chest again. Big Jake Blackwell rounds up Curt Hennig. Hennig with a kick to the midsection. Blackwell pitches him to the other side of the ring on the outside, makes his way back inside. And again, the referee counting on Curt Hennig on the outside. And again, Blackwell restarts the count. Hennig misses with the jumping neck breaker. Blackwell goes behind on him, tries for the suplex, but no good. Countered by Curt Hennig with an uppercut. Blackwell rolls back inside the ring. Mr. Perfect's already busted open. This one's been crazy. Mr. Perfect with another wrap-around DDT to Big Jake Blackwell and a short clothesline takes Blackwell down. Sylvia Strong got to be a little bit concerned here. Big Jake Blackwell taken down again. He has spent way too much time on the canvas in this matchup. Hennig winds him up. Delivers the stomp to the shoulder. Mr. Perfect on a mission to get that international title away from Blackwell, and he's not doing too bad of a job of it right now. A stomp right to the face of the man of the people. A driving knee to the back of the head of Big Jake Blackwell. A stomp to the arm. Curt Hennig with a measured elbow to the face of Big Jake Blackwell, followed it up with a couple of stomps. Sylvia Strong looking a little bit worried. There's a knee right to the head of Blackwell. He's laid out. Oh, this is not good. Curt Hennig in control of this matchup right now. Blackwell counters with a kick to the head, gets himself back up on his feet. A right, but a counter, a hip toss from Curt Hennig. Curt Hennig trying to figure out where he's going to go with this next. Decides to gather Blackwell up to a standing position. A spinning elbow right to the face of Blackwell. Curt Hennig takes himself topside and misses with the leg drop and definitely hurt his butt. Man, did you see that? Big Jake Blackwell slammed him face first into the canvas. 1, 2. Nope. Hennig getting that left shoulder up just in time. Big Jake Blackwell trying to turn things around here after being at a disadvantage for most of this matchup. Dribbling. Curt Hennig off the ropes with shots to the back. And now dribbling his head on the canvas like a basketball. Followed up with a set of hard right hands to the head of the Perfect One. Mr. Perfect back up on his feet. Both these men busted open. There's another DDT to Blackwell, but he's trying to get right back up. Look at this right here. Hennig takes him down. Sets him up. Got the legs locked, got the surfboard, and then a stomp right to the back of the head of Big Jake Blackwell. Blackwell turned around again. Curt Hennig cross with a sharpshooter, but too close to the ropes. Referee calls for the break. Enziguri right to the side of the head to the open wound of Mr. Perfect. A rolling elbow from Blackwell. Big Jake taking himself to the far left turnbuckle. Hennig's laid out. Ooh, man, senton off the top rope. Blackwell covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and well, there you go. Big Jake Blackwell retaining the International Championship yet again.
The time was 12 minutes and 13 seconds. Your winner and still international champion, Big Jake Blackwell.
So, there you have it, Christy. I meant no disrespect to you. I know you're super knowledgeable about all things RWL. Haven't been here a lot longer than me. But I also know Sylvia and the inner workings of the Stronghold.
No offense taken, GB. I get it. And I guess you were right about this match. But let's admit that you're partial too, for obvious reasons.